So, hi, class of 2021. You heard what they said. I'm Ben, if you didn't know. Let me just adjust this real quick. Also got the Kleenex. It's a 50-50 on me crying today, so be ready for that. I want to start off by saying I'm sure everyone here is so excited and grateful to see your friends, your family, your kids graduate. But for the people who've been around here a long time, you know, the lifers, everyone there, you might be a little nervous to see me, of all people, walking up to give a speech. And that's because the last time I had to give a speech at any graduation was at the end of 5th grade at New Roads, when myself and a couple of other people who are sitting behind me right now were getting ready to go to middle school and become adults, or so I thought at least. But everybody in the class had to give their own speech, a great idea, but with so much energy going around, I stood up to read what I had written down and just could not say a word. In fact, I was sobbing so intensely that the only thing even close to a word was a snort that I had made when I was trying to thank my family. And by the way, Theo says he vividly remembers that snort, so I hope the rest of you don't. But anyways, I was so embarrassed and so flustered that I don't really remember what happened after that. And I'm not gonna lie to you, that snort was stuck in my head for just a couple weeks afterwards. So of course I thought about it a lot when I was asked to give a speech here, and when I was workshopping ideas with my friends, it did come up a lot. But what stood out to me, though, is that nobody else remembered the snort like I did. When I was talking to my friends, every single one of them reacted with a chuckle, a smile, a wow, that's so nice. Because to them, it really wasn't something to be embarrassed about. It was endearing and it was heartwarming. It showed that I cared so much about the people around me at New Roads, just after 2 years of being around them, that I would involuntarily make this gross sound when I was forced to leave them. And I really think that that says something about the type of person you get at New Roads. People who won't judge you for something silly like that. People who turn an object of anxiety and fear, even right now, people hyping me up when I was walking to give my speech, people who turn that into an object of laughter and of triumph, because every student here has something you don't see a lot elsewhere in the world. Our best athletes, musicians, actors, writers, mathematicians aren't just confined to those titles. All of them, on top of being so skilled at what they do, are kind most of all. And that takes me to the reason I chose to come to New Roads out of all the schools I had looked at in the first place. And no, it was not the bagels and hot chocolate we got every Friday morning at the elementary school, I promise. When my parents asked my brother and I where we wanted to attend and why, my reason for going to New Roads was that the people here made me comfortable. So thanks, guys. But my brother, yeah, sure, thanks, you guys. You guys did it for me, so I appreciate you all. Now, my brother, he chose Crossroads instead. I'm sure he's watching, crying on the live stream right now. And we've since disowned him. It's a big mistake on his part. And well, I'm sure he had a great time. I know for a fact that the student body there, I'm sorry, Charlie, but I gotta say it, the student body there, and anywhere else for that matter, didn't and doesn't have the same heart at New Roads. That's why a 9-year-old kid like me, who couldn't even walk up to the Starbucks barista to ask for a cup of water, and who still gets red-faced in pretty much every conversation, even giving this speech right now, actually, I was confident enough to go to Ben Brier's birthday party and jump on his trampoline with a bunch of people I had just met days earlier, because I knew that I was already at home with you all. That same feeling, I might use a Kleenex here. That same feeling has since allowed me to pursue what makes me happy without fear of judgment. It's how I was able to start debating in 7th grade and start playing for the basketball team in 12th. I see you in the back, Coach Trey, by the way. It's how I broke out of my social shell. It's how I've become who I am now as an actual adult, not just as a 6th grader. So, of course, I'd like to thank my family for getting me here and supporting me through the whole journey. You guys know how much you mean to me. I tell you that every day. And I'd also like to congratulate my younger self for making the right choice, probably the only right choice I made in elementary school, because from the 4th grade until this very second, New Roads has remained a place of immense comfort for me. I can think of so many memories, events, people, students, and staff from my almost decade-long journey at this school that I will cherish for the rest of my life. And I can only hope that everyone in this class has at one point experienced that feeling, that New Roads comfort. It's really special. However, that doesn't mean the warm feeling is always there. In fact, one thing I respect so much about specifically our grade is that the moment that comfort goes away for any reason, we rally, we fight, and we restore it. That teamwork is something you don't find often, especially in a group so diverse in backgrounds and in passions. So, round of applause to the class of 2021 for fighting for what you believe in, really. And speaking of discomfort, this last year in its chaos has left our class with, let's just say, a collective wound. And just because we're now recovering from that wound doesn't mean we don't have our scars. But the task of rebuilding after so much loss is both our burden and our opportunity. And we're lucky because every day on campus, every single day, we've been prepared by this community to be aware and empathetic. In the classroom, on the court, between hallways, we've been taught to breach boundaries of privilege and care for others based on character instead of class. Interconnectedness has been instilled into the very core of our being. And now, we have a responsibility to share what we've learned with the world. It's time to use those skills and those experiences to create new places of comfort for those who have never experienced such inclusiveness, tenderness, and togetherness before. I believe that societal transformation is only possible after we establish that human-to-human connection and foundation. So maybe we can use this time also as a chance to reconstruct this nation's systems in a different way, a way of kindness, of justice, of generosity, really the New Roads way. Sorry, I got to flip a page. Takes a while. It goes without saying that you guys, look at me, you all have proven yourselves as bold, forward-thinking leaders, and I cannot express how proud I am of this grade. If there's applause, it should come now, you guys. I'm so proud of you guys, really, all of you. And judging by the many years I've spent here, I trust nobody more than the class of 2021 with the responsibility to create a place of joy and perseverance for our future generations, and hopefully do it without any snorts. Thanks, guys.